Here it is, my top 10 list of my favorite foods, the best foods on the Disney Cruise Line. Hey, howdy, hey Disney Cruisers. Today we're talking about food. I hate food. Ugh, so disgusting, especially on Disney Cruise Line. Just kidding. I love Disney Cruise food. So this was so difficult to do. It was so hard to get rid of ones. I even was writing them down and would think of something else and then cross it out and move locations around. I put in time to this. This is hardcore my top 10. I even thought about splitting it up and doing desserts, dinner items, breakfast items, but no, I just want to do my top 10, all of the foods, all of the ships, my favorite. And you can disagree with me. These are just my thoughts. But if you've never been or you haven't tried one of these things, I just recommend you trying it. I mean, there's no harm in doing so. You don't have to pay for it. But if it's something you really know you don't like I hate bananas. I'm not going to sit there and try a banana split no matter how much you beg me to try a banana split. Also, you could be allergic to something. Don't eat fish if you're allergic to it. So, there, now all my legal mumbo jumbos out of the way. I had one on my list and it got booted, and I just want to give it an honorable mention, and that food is a churro. Not a big long churro that they have at the parks, but a lot of times on some of the longer cruises, I know the Magic has them for when they have Mexican food day. Sometimes in cabanas they'll have Asian food day, Mexican food day, Indian food day. So this happened when they had Mexican food, and they give little churros. They're cut like this, but they're just in a big tub and you can just take as many as you want. So that's what I did. I wish I had a picture. I came out with 2 huge plates, mountainfuls of churros, and took them out to the pool for my kids. They were really good, but they got booted off the list. Number 10 is the barbecue pizza from Luigi's. Pretty sure it's Luigi's on every ship. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's the pizza that they have up at the pool deck. The barbecue is the best. If you taste the cheese or the pepperoni or the margarita or whatever that chicken one is, all the other ones, if you taste them and you're ugh, I do not like this pizza, try the barbecue pizza. It's a game changer. It's delicious.
This is a barbecue pizza. The barbecue pizza is the best pizza. It's really good.
Some people will wait to have their own personal one made so they could just take it. If you ever see people waiting around the pizza, even though there's pizza up there on the shelf ready to be taken, it's because they're waiting for a certain pizza, and I guarantee it's the barbecue pizza. Number 9 is only found on the larger ships, and I don't really know, maybe it's going to come to the Triton class ships, but it's definitely on the Fantasy and the Dream. It's in the sweet shop. So Sweet on You and Vanellope's, you can get gelato and ice cream and cookies and macaroons, and I think it's a great store. I think it's very reasonably priced. It's not like Disney World prices, but you can still get stuff with Mickeys on them just like Disney World. It's great. I love the peanut butter Snickers ice cream. I'm pretty sure it's ice cream, not gelato. I even tried researching it, and I'm pretty sure it's on the section where it's ice cream, but I couldn't even find anybody list it anywhere, but it's been there every time I've been on the ship. The peanut butter Snickers, super good. You can even just go in and ask for a little spoon taste test to try it. So good. And their ice cream is so good. I usually get a cup of it and then take it into the movie theater. Number 8 might come as a shock to you. You might have thought this was closer to number 1 because everyone talks about it, and it is good and it is delicious and I love them. However, I love everything else after it even more. So this should tell you how great the other things are, because number 8 is the pasta forcettes, the truffle ones at Animator's Palette. Everyone talks about them on Facebook and on the interwebs. That's what you always see. Normally, I'll order multiple servings of it, and then I'll just put it all into one dish and eat it. Some people just order it as an entree and they ask for an entree portion. They do have a distinct taste though because of the champagne and because of the truffles. It also has shallots in it. So there are some stronger flavors. Only one time did I ever have one little pasta purse that was kind of hard and not the quality I would have expected. But other than that, they're great every time. Number 7 is from Castaway. Do you know what it is? Not the cookies. They were going to be on my list, but I had to boot them. Those cookies are good, but no, they're as big as your face. No, but on my list, number 7 are the ribs at Castaway. You can get them at Cookies 2, and over at Serenity. They are heaven. In fact, the one cruise where we couldn't dock at Castaway, they even made them for us in cabanas, and it kind of made me feel a little better because they're so good. They're just delicious. I don't know how to describe them. They're a little bit sweet. They're always fall off the bone. There's a ton of meat on each bone. I still get a ton, even though I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get like 10 because there's probably not much meat on them. But no, there's always a lot of meat on them. Delicious. Number 6, scallops. The scallops from Enchanted Garden. They come with a sauce on top that I think is veal, and I always say no sauce, so it's like big couscous, like Israeli couscous with asparagus and then scallops. Then I always say no sauce. The scallops are always perfectly cooked. They always have a nice crust on them. I normally eat like 1 or 2 bites of the asparagus. I do eat the couscous because I really like couscous, but I don't ever eat it all together. Like, you should eat the scallop by itself. Yummy, yummy. Number 5 is a breakfast item. You can get it in the main dining room and at Cabanas, but I like getting them at Cabanas. It's the Eggs Benedict. The reason why I like that is because I don't like hollandaise sauce, and so they have them up there that don't have the sauce on them yet, and so it's just easier for me to grab them than have to like worry if they're gonna get it wrong in the main dining room because I'd feel bad. Sometimes I'll even take some of the ham off and I'll just eat the English muffin with the poached egg. They also sometimes have eggs Florentine up there. That's good too. But my number 5 is the Eggs Benedict at Cabanas. Number 4, we're back to scallops. Not scallops at Enchanted Garden though. These are the scallops from Palo. They have cold scallops at Palo Brunch on these little spoons. It's kind of like not vinegar, but like a vinegar, I don't know. They like are marinated in like a vinegary-ish dressing. I don't know. But they're more of like a cold salad type scallop, and they're tinier. It's actually the first place I've ever had scallop, so that's what got me hooked on it. But then at dinner, they have larger cooked scallops. Oh my goodness. Melt in your mouth. They're like butter. Just everything you want a scallop to be. Like, that's what it is. Number 3 can be found at places like Royal Court and Royal Palace and Triton's and Lumiere's, the main dining rooms that have all the princess like mosaic-y things. That's where you can find these. The one that's in the atrium, that's the place where you can find this next dish. It is dessert. It is the Grand Marnier souffle. So delicious. You can get more than one dessert, so at least get it. In fact, the very first time I had it was on the ship, obviously. Duh, that was stupid. It's not like they just make that everywhere. But we didn't order it, and our waitress came over and gave it to us. She's like, you have to try this. And I was so skeptical. I don't like soggy things. I was really worried about that. Oh goodness, it was so good. In fact, she like put the spoon in it and then started pouring the sauce in it, and I was thinking, no, it's gonna be so soggy. But it wasn't. It's amazing. And your kids will like it too because my kids love it. And if they don't, then you just get to eat theirs. All right, we're down to 2. I know you know what one of them is. Number 2 is the chicken parm at Palo Brunch. Oh, it's heaven. The risotto is cooked perfectly. The tomato sauce is basically just crushed up San Marzano tomatoes, and then they have the cheese. The breading on the chicken is thin, totally golden, doesn't taste greasy, doesn't taste oily. I usually order multiples of them, so does my husband. They're very tiny. They come out on huge plates, but it's a very small portion because they want you to be able to eat a lot because they know you're going to, so don't feel bad if you get more than one. Totally worth everything that it is. Calories, time to eat it, eating that over something else, it's the best. And number 1 should come as no surprise to those who are part of our Disney Cruiser family, and that is the best meal from Enchanted Garden, the sea bass. Now, it does have fennel, it does have a champagne sauce, it does have a strong flavor from the accompaniments of the dish. If you just want the fish, just order the fish. If you don't want the sauce and all that goes with it, you just like touch it with your fork and like pieces just fall off. It's so flaky, buttery. It's just so good. And that is expensive fish. If you get it at the store or go to another restaurant, like that's an expensive piece of fish that they're giving you, and it's the best. Oh, also the risotto is fava bean, so I don't know if you like that either, but it all just goes so well together. There's a little bit of pepper-ish, some kind of spice on the fish that I love, and it gives it a pretty color. I will say my husband doesn't like it, but he doesn't like fish, but he did try it. My kids don't like it, but I think they don't like the strong flavors around it, but you should at least order one and try it. Sometimes I get a little sad when I see that Enchanted Gardens is my first dinner. That means that I'm gonna eat it right then, which I'm so excited about, but then like I don't get to eat it. I know people are thinking, just ask your waiter, he'll give it to you on another night. And like I know that, but I love stuff at every restaurant. Like every menu has stuff on it that I crave and I want. So like I don't want to give up something else to eat more sea bass, even though it's so good, but that's my issue with just ordering it every night. Otherwise, I would if the rest of the food was crap. But it is so not crap. Tell me, what are your favorite foods on the Disney Cruise Line? And if you haven't been yet, then let us know what you are looking forward to trying. I'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo, cruisers!